See what happens when I just ramble on like that after the coffee has kicked in? Okay, so let's summarize. Let's call this part 2. Part 1 perhaps is just entertainment. Let's get to the point. For rentals, we're focusing on rentals right now. We'll focus on buyers and sellers in the coming weeks as we update all of our content, our FAQs, guidelines, procedures, video content, checklists, etc. But once again, here in Metro Phoenix, the Valley of the Sun, the NAR lawsuit settlement changes are in effect, have been in effect since the 1st of August. Okay? I have a lot of communications to clarify what that means. Or just give me a call, 602-517-4463. So back to the current, this week's topic is, what do rental clients do? Okay, you're going to need to sign, and this is the summarized version of the longer video that I just created. The rental client, if they want to hire an agent like myself to help them find a rental home, schedule showings, find out all the details of that rental home, how much it costs, what are the charges, tax involved, is there a property disclosure that the landlord has completed and offered for the rental client to review, etc., etc., etc. It's a lot of work. It's not simple. So to begin with, that client, that rental client, must sign a buyer-broker employment agreement before we even look at houses. Okay, that's not a big deal for me and my business because I have always worked with a buyer-broker agreement for rental clients and, of course, buyer clients. Well, we won't be able to, no agent nationwide will be able to show anybody, doesn't matter who you are, any house without a buyer-broker agreement, as previously explained, okay? Either for a specific house or multiple homes or a few days over the weekend, for a week, a specific, or exclusively a buyer-broker exclusive employment agreement for a set period of time, a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, it depends. So going forward, let's go back to the rental client, the buyer-broker agreement. That agent, for example, myself, might charge a refundable or non-refundable retainer fee that will be due up front, okay? That could be $200, $500. And then the next part of the contract, or rather employment agreement, is the broker compensation. This is where that agent, like myself, might include an amount, $250, $500, or another amount, or a percentage of that total lease agreement, of your 12-month lease agreement, okay? So that buyer compensation, that broker compensation, will be paid by the rental client, okay? When you find the house that you are interested in, or when we together, of course, I'm going to help you find the house through our search subscriptions and alerts, etc. I'm also going to pull down all the details, okay? And schedule showings for you for the homes that you want to see. Maybe we'll agree to show you 10 homes. You know, of course, we can't go on a wild, home tour for months for free. That just, because we're human, we've got other things to do. So, but when you do find the house that you want to rent, then for that house and all the other houses, because commission fields have been removed from all MLS systems nationwide, already have been since the 1st of August, like here, or by the 17th of August, we don't know if the landlord is offering broker compensation. So we're going to have to call every single listing agent and ask. Yeah, this is the change that makes absolutely no sense for anybody. It's not going to be helpful at all. Different topic. So let's assume that you sign a buyer-broker employment agreement and agree to pay that agent $500. And we look at 8 homes, and with the 9th home, you decide, oh, this is it. This is the one I want. So I call the listing agent and ask how much broker compensation is your landlord offering, and he might say $500, and then I'd say, oh, yippee, this is great. So at closing, I'm going to send you I'm going to send the landlord a lease invoice, or rather an invoice, to collect that $500 for me. Okay, so you won't have to pay for it because I get compensated by the landlord. Let's assume, again, still the same example, we agree on $500 again, and I call and we find out that the landlord is offering nothing, no broker compensation. You will pay that invoice. You will have to pay that amount at closing. What if we agree on $500, okay? And we find out that the landlord is offering $1,000, which isn't going to happen. But let's just for fun. Will I be able to send the landlord an invoice for $1,000 and collect $1,000? No. Only what is agreed upon within the buyer-broker employment agreement, okay? And if the landlord compensates my brokerage, or rather me, then super. And it covers what I am charging you for my services rendered services, my fee, super. If not, you will need to pay for it. So that's how it's going to work in the future. Now, you can also turn around and say, oh, okay, I'm not going to hire an agent at all. I'm going to look for the rental home that I want on my own using apartments.com, Zillow.com, homes.com, and I'm going to fish out the contact information of each and every single listing agent, and I'm going to call each of them and try to schedule a showing appointment with each of them, okay, and do this on my own. Well, you can do that, okay? If you do that, you're going to have to sign with that listing agent either a form called the dual agency form in order to be represented both by the listing agent. So the listing agent will represent, limited representation is what it's called, will end up representing the landlord and you, the rental client. Or you can also say, I choose to be unrepresented 100%. Okay, you're still going to have to sign a form. Okay, so that is a possibility. But again, and you'll end up not having, a buyer's agent, a renter's agent to help you do all of that. Yeah, find the homes, call all of the listing agents, schedule all of the appointments. Okay, a rental agent, a renter's agent, a buyer's agent will be able to schedule all of that for you and will be able to open up that door. Okay, if you have to, contact 15 different listing agents and schedule 15 different appointments, it's going to be challenging. Again, and I'm not saying that to, create fear. It's just a matter of fact. When people say, for the past, 30 years, we're not used to paying for our buyer's agent or renter's agent. Well, that has changed. Okay. That is the way it is. And we could spend hours talking about what has occurred over the past several months, if not a couple of years, but that's just the way it is. And we're going to have to, work with what we have been given. So you will quickly find, therefore, that hiring an agent to help you find a rental home or to purchase a home is worth every single penny. Okay, so that was my summary, and guess what? It turned out to be 10 minutes. That's not really a summary, isn't it? Going from 15 minutes to 10 minutes. Anyway, you know that I talk a lot. I have a lot to say. I'm here to help out. Give me a call. Otherwise, good luck, God bless, and we'll chat with you later. Take care. Bye-bye.